Hello, my name is Ethan Barnett and I'm here to compare whether it is better to buy a conventional, hybrid, or natural gas Honda Civic. So the big question is it more cost effective in the long run to buy a conventional, hybrid, or natural gas Civic? That is what this video is going to compare. Now everyone says that it is better to buy a hybrid because they are better for the environment and they are more cost efficient gas-wise. So for the sake of this video we are going to assume that a hybrid is better. After researching many different websites, I was able to find that a conventional Civic will run you at about $16,755, and after the 20% down payment, your monthly payment will be $248. The hybrid is $24,200, and after a 20% down payment, your monthly payment will be around $360 a month, and the natural gas Civic will run you at $26,300, and after the 20% down payment, your monthly payment will be around $390 a month. All of these for the monthly payments assuming that you have a 0.9% APR over a 60-month lease. Now as you can see, the insurance prices for the conventional and hybrid are very similar, with the hybrid being a tad bit less and the registration for the conventional being just a tad bit less than the registration for the hybrid. So those two are very, very similar. But as you can see, the insurance and registration for the natural gas Civic are much, much higher than the conventional and hybrid in Arizona. Now, doing a little bit more research, I was able to find the different prices for conventional, hybrid, and natural gas for the cost of gas. As you can see, the hybrid is in fact more efficient cost-wise for gas than the conventional and the natural gas. And these different charts show the different prices per year based on the different values that the gas prices might be at, and also assuming that the person drives their vehicle 15,000 miles per year. Now we can get into the fun charts. These charts show the different prices based on the different gas prices again, and they also show the total expenditures that has been added up for years 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and 10 through 12 for each vehicle. And as you can see, the totals are listed at the bottom based on that gas price for that given year. Now again, all of these prices are based on the assumptions of national averages and that each vehicle was driven 15,000 miles per year. This does not include the price of mechanical issues or anything that is too variable to take into account. Even with these assumptions, you can still see that the total cost for each scenario for the conventional is slightly less than each scenario for the hybrid, and substantially less than each scenario for the natural gas. Also, you can see that as the price of gas for the conventional goes up, the gap between the difference in cost of the hybrid to the conventional gets smaller. Now, the earlier tables showed the different levels of prices for gas and the cost of what it would be for each vehicle. These charts show the total cost to you for the national average of gas. And so this is a more realistic price point for each vehicle. And once again, these charts are broken up to different time spans of 3 years. And as you can see, the first time span includes the price of the down payment and the higher registration and insurance costs, and then each year it continually goes down, and then the third and fourth time slot you can see that it's constant or very similar because the values for the insurance and registration are very similar at that point in time. Now these charts show that for the conventional Civic, the price based on the national average for gas and differing insurance and registration rates will run you at about $55,000 after 12 years. The hybrid will run you at just under $60,000 for over the time span of 12 years, and the natural gas will run you over $60,000 over 12 years. So these show that the conventional is a little bit less than the hybrid once again, and that the natural gas is much more expensive than both options. Now everything up to this point has been showing you what this vehicle would cost you in 12 years. But what if you wanted to know what it would cost you immediately at this point in time? And the beauty of this chart is that it shows you that based on the equation given at the very bottom of the page. Now this equation shows you that in order to find the present value, you need to multiply by whatever value you have for the vehicle times 1 over 1 plus whatever rate you choose, whether it be a credit card you want to pay off or interest on a loan that you currently have, and you raise that value to the time span of 12 years in this case. Now once you have this value, that'll tell you what the future value is worth to you at that point in time. Now this is important because you could be storing away this money in the bank and you could be gathering interest on that value, or you could be doing something else with that money. So this equation tells you what this money will be worth to you in the future, and it is basically the time, whatever your time equivalent of that value is. So this is showing you whether you could be saving more money over time, or whether this could potentially be a waste of time for you and you could pay off a credit card or something else in this amount of time. And that's what the beauty of this graph is to show you. So everything up to this point has shown that at current gas prices, the Civic Conventional is more cost efficient over 12 years than the Civic Hybrid or the Civic Natural Gas. However, the tables from earlier showing the gas prices show that if the price of gas reaches over $5, the Civic Hybrid will be more cost efficient than the Civic Conventional. However, at current gas prices, the conventional is more cost efficient than the hybrid. Now, this is contradictory to what everyone has been saying, and this is because even though the hybrid is more fuel efficient than the conventional, the hybrid is much more expensive up front than the conventional, and at current gas prices, this fuel efficiency is not enough to make up the difference for the initial cost. So, based on national averages for the gas price, insurance rate, and registration rate, the Civic Conventional is the most cost-efficient vehicle for over 12 years in comparison to the hybrid or the natural gas Civic. Again, this does not take into consideration mechanical issues or anything like that that are too variable to take into account. So, based on all of these, my recommendation would be to buy a conventional Civic rather than the hybrid, because it'll be more cost efficient to you over 12 years. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video.